Hey there, everybody. My name is Ashley Hunt. I'm the Senior Project Management Instructor here at StormWind Studios. And I know there's a lot of excitement and questions going on about the current PMP exam and what's going on with COVID-19 and having that exam online. But looking forward to the new exam, I'm also getting a lot of questions about that. People are thinking, well, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get to the current exam. What do I expect for the new exam? So I thought I would put together just some information so that you know what to expect and what the big changes are, because there are massive changes coming. Very first thing is that the exam is now based on 3 domains. Used to be 5: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and controlling, and closure. But instead, the Project Management Institute has updated it to people at 42% of your exam, process at 50%, and business environment at 8%. So the other big change here on top of that is that within all of that 100% of the exam, half of the exam is predictive project management. The other half is agile or hybrid methods. This is the first time this has ever happened. The Agile Practice Guide came out with the 6th edition PMBOK guide, and maybe a couple questions on Agile were sprinkled into this current exam, but the next exam is going to be 50-50. Very different. So I thought I would just give you an overview. I'm not going to read everything to you, but basically in the people section, it's about leading a team, managing conflict, empowering your team, engaging your stakeholders, mentoring relevant stakeholders, promoting performance using emotional intelligence. And on the agile side of things, self-directed, self-managed teams, and being more of a coach and a facilitator rather than a project manager, removing impediments from their way. So that's very different from what we've seen on any other version of the exam. Actually, on the process side, this is probably more of what you would expect. Things like scope and schedule and budgets and changes and quality and procurement and closing your project or phase. So all of that type of information remains very predictable in predictive project management as far as what's in the current PMBOK guide. But remember, managing scope in a predictive environment is different from an agile environment. So the processes are being updated to embrace much more of an agile environment. And by the way, the 7th edition PMBOK guide will be shortly following this update, and it will match up with the content on the exam. So you'll get all that updated information as well. On the business environment side of things, obviously, it's only 8%, so it's not a huge piece of the exam, but it is relevant. It's about planning and managing compliance, making sure that you're evaluating and delivering project benefits and ROI to your organization. It's also about organizational changes and how that impacts the scope of work and supporting organizational change. So those are the 3 big categories, and there are other different types of content under each one of those big bullet points. But the bottom line is that it's a very different exam. The other thing that's changed is the Project Management Institute feels that this content is so different from anything that they've ever done that they're incorporating a Train the Trainer program for instructors like myself to attend to explain to us all of that new content and how to explain it to you guys. So the changes are so exponential that now they've had to put that into motion. They've also started a standardized representative, like a registered education provider program specific to PMP. And so StormWind, we're joining the standardized program, and we'll be using Project Management Institute approved content. The exam process is going to be exactly the same as it currently is. We're not sure if things are still going to be online. It really just depends on when the world opens back up. But the new exam comes out January 2nd, 2021 as of right now. And I think that they'll probably stick with that date. That pushes things far enough into the future that they can get all the Train the Trainers done and make sure that they have the information, and we have the information ready to go for you guys as soon as humanly possible. But always check with www.pmi.org for any updates. All of that information that I showed you under each one of the domains can be found on the PMP page under the new exam content outline. Just make sure you click on the right one, because they do have the current exam content outline and then the new. Pretty easy to tell which is which, but you can open up that new one and really read through each one of the domains and try and figure out, okay, what do I know already? What am I already practicing? And then gear up. I promise you, as soon as I go through the train the trainer and everything's good to go, I will give you any updates that I possibly can, and we'll be ready to push out that new PMP program for you guys, and we're super excited about it. If I get any additional information, I'll certainly let you know as soon as humanly possible, and I'll do some updates on these blogs. But if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me, student or not, at ashley.hunt@stormwindlive.com. And I'm looking forward to this new exam. It's super different, and I like the fact that it's 50-50 because a lot more of you guys out there are practicing Agile or some kind of hybrid type of project management. So this is brand new and very, very exciting. And I'm looking forward to joining the program, doing the train the trainer, and seeing you in class. Thanks, everybody.